Bismillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Summa amma ba'd. Allahumma allimna ma yanfa'una wa anfa'na warfa'na bima 'allamtana wa zidna ilma ya rabbal alameen. This is the starting of the explanation of the book Zaadul Mustaqni, which is a very famous book in the study of fiqh, and this book is a book from the Hanbali madhab. And this book covers a lot of masail, and scholars in the past and in the present teach this book around the world. And this is one of the books that a student of knowledge, it's very important that he understands this book, the masail that is in this book, for his study of fiqh. So we are going to start the explanation of this book, and we are going to take each line one by one and understand what the Muallif rahimahullah is trying to say and what is the mas'ala that is in our hand and how its application takes place and things like that. Okay. So inshallah, the first chapter that the Muallif starts his book with, the author, he starts with his book with Kitab Taharah, the book of purification. Now firstly, we need to understand the meaning of Taharah. Okay, Taharah. Now, we loosely translate it as purification, but what does it mean in linguistic sense and in terms of in the Shara'i perspective? So, Tahara, literally, Tahara means, cleanliness. طيب, Tahara means cleanliness. Cleanliness, طيب, or freeing yourself, freeing from impurities. طيب. This is the literal meaning or the meaning of tahara linguistically. Now in the Sharia, in the Shara'i terminology, tahara means three things. 1, 2, and 3. So Tahara means, firstly, uplifting of hadath. It is the uplifting of hadath. And what is hadath? We are going to talk about that very soon. Secondly, and what is similar to it, and is similar to uplifting of hadath. And thirdly, what is similar to it? And thirdly is removal of najasa, removal of physical impurities. طيب. These three things is what it means, for what tahara means in the study of fiqh. And this is what the Muallif rahimahullah, he says that Kitab al-Tahara wa hiya, and tahara means, he's defining as irtifa'ul hadath, uplifting of hadath, which you can say in English ritual impurity, but again it needs explanation. Ritual impurity. طيب. So uplifting of ritual impurity, وَمَا فِي مَعْنَاهَا, and what is similar to it, وَزَوَالُ الْخَبَثِ, and the removal of physical impurities, najasa. طيب. So firstly, we need to understand what is the meaning of hadath. When we are saying that tahara means uplifting of hadath, now what is the meaning of hadath? So hadath is basically a state. For example, we have a person. If we say he is in the state, he is in the state of hadath, he has some qualities in him which you cannot touch, which you cannot smell or things like that. But this is a quality. This is a state that he is in. He is in the state of hadath, and because he is in that state, he is not able to pray salah or touch the Quran, things like that, and do tawaf, XYZ. So hadath is a state that a person is in. It is not something that you can touch, you can feel, you can smell, but this is a state that a person is in. And because of that person is in that state, he cannot pray, he cannot touch the Quran, he cannot do tawaf and other ibadah that requires wudu. And to free yourself from this state, from the state of, if a person is in the state of hadith, if you want to free him from that, then what he needs to do is he needs to perform Taharah, which is the act of wudu, or the act of ghusl, or the act of, tayammum, things like that. When he does all this, then his state of hadith is uplifted, and therefore he becomes pure, tayyib, which qualifies him to be able to pray and touch the Quran and do tawaf and things like that, tayyib. So now that we understand the meaning of hadith, so again, if we go back to the definition of tahara, it is the uplifting of hadith, yani the act of uplifting the hadith, which is like wudu, like doing ghusl and doing tayammum and things like that, tayyib. So this is the first thing that is included in the definition of tahara in our study of fiqh. Now the second thing is, and what is similar to it, yani what is similar to uplifting of hadith. Now what does this mean? For example, let me give you an example. The first example, when someone wakes up from sleep, the Prophet ﷺ mentioned that when someone wakes up from sleep, there is a hadith where he says that he should wash his hands 3 times before dipping his hand into a bucket of water. So now this washing of hand, when someone does this 3 washing, when he is doing this washing, yani by doing this washing of hand 3 times, is he uplifting his hadith? The answer is no. Still, it is counted under the banner of tahara, because it's an act of cleaning, act of washing and things like that, and it is done as an ibadah. So even though this is not included under irtifa'ul hadith, yet this falls under the definition of tahara, and that's why it says wa ma fi ma'nahu, and what is similar to it, or what has a similar meaning of cleaning, but it is not done to uplift hadith. Okay, let's give a second example. The second example can be the second and the third washing of wudu. Now what does this mean? So for example, we have someone, this person, he is in the state of hadith, tayyib, and now he has started performing wudu. Now when he does his first washing, he washes his mouth, nose, his face the first time, and he washes his hand, he washes his feet, he wipes his head. All of this, if he did once, he once washed his face, once washed his hand, all of this will uplift the hadith from him, and he will become pure, correct? So after he does the first washing, the hadith is uplifted from him. So what about the second and the third washing that we do? This second and third washing is the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. This is sunnah to do it. So this second and third washing is not actually doing the act of irtifa'ul hadith, yet it is included in the act of tahara. Hence it comes under the banner of tahara, where it says wa ma fi ma'nahu. طيب. The third thing, performing ghusl, taking a shower after giving bath to a dead body. طيب. So the Prophet ﷺ told us to take a ghusl after we give bath to a dead body. So this ghusl, when a person does this ghusl, through this ghusl, is he uplifting his hadath? No. But still he's doing this shar'i ghusl. Why? Because the Prophet said so. So this also comes under Taharah and under the line وَمَا فِي مَعْنَاهُ, and what is similar to uplifting hadith but is not actually uplifting hadith. طيب. And the fourth one is doing wudu. Wudu for the one who is carrying the dead. So someone who is carrying the dead, the Prophet ﷺ told us to make wudu. So this wudu that someone is doing, is he or she doing it to uplift his hadith? No. So therefore this act of wudu, this act of washing in a certain way, this is a shar'i act. Therefore this comes under the banner of وَمَا فِي مَعْنَاهُ. طيب. So I hope with that we understand the definition of Taharah in a shar'i way, which is irtifa'ul hadath, uplifting of ritual impurity, وَمَا فِي مَعْنَاهُ, and what is similar to it, وَزَوَالُ الْخَبَثِ, and removal of najasa, khabath. Okay? Now, طيب. Now, what does it mean, khabath? What is the meaning of khabath? So, khabath is physical impurities. The word khabath, it means physical impurities. But who defines what is impure and what is not pure? The Sharia defines it. So it's not something that I feel ugly, or I feel something that is dirty, hence I decided to be khabath. No. Things that are decided by the Sharia. طيب. So we will study this in great details in the upcoming chapters. So this is what we are going to, where we'll stop here today, and this is what we'll cover for today. In the next class, inshallah, we are going to discuss why did the author mention the word irtifa'ul hadath, yani the uplifting of hadath, but when it came for najasa, why did he use the word zawal, yani removal of? Why did he use the word zawal, yani the removal of over here, zawal, yani the removal of khabath? Why did he use this word? Why is there a difference? Inshallah, we will discuss that and continue with the next lines, bi'idhnillah. So till now, if there's anything that I've said wrong, it's from me and shaitan, and Allah's messenger is free from it. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik, wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa ant, wa nastaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Jazakumullahu khaira. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.